What being an entrepreneur has taught me is if you wake up in the morning and you decide that you are going to be something, everything will rise up against you just because of that thought. And then I stumbled on Tinder.
How are you doing there?
I was doing what they want people to be doing there.
What it was created for, dog.
I was doing as I understand. A lot of Nigerian entrepreneurs they became entrepreneur because it was the only way, not that it's their choice. It's that you've looked for work, see work, I bet I
One
go
way you
big.
see, one collect your body and soul.
Do you understand? No means you don't have enough information to say yes. So for every time I was told no, I just said to myself, okay, I'm coming back with more information for you to say. And then the second thing I also learned is there's a difference between trying to get you to say yes and making it difficult for you to say no.
Hi, you're welcome to Africa Tech Radio, and this is Back to Base, a founders program where we have a chat with tech founders, tech entrepreneurs who have made their mark in this industry. And today with me is Tumi Adeyemi. He is the CEO and founder of Zenolink Technologis. Hello, Tumi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for joining us today on Africa Tech Radio.
It's a pleasure.
All right, let's just dive into it. The
All right.
program is Back to Base. You know what that means. We are going way back into time. And I want to start with your background. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
I grew up in Akure, Ondo State. Literally my entire academic life, primary school, secondary school, all the way to university was in Akure. I went to Bishop Hughes. I went to Idris Premier College. In Idris Premier College, I learned all the discipline in the world. Like my principal was an ex-military guy and he could flog the entire school. Like my school was where they brought people when they failed from other schools.
Okay.
When they bring you to my school and you watch how someone's son was just flogged, somehow you recalibrate yourself. So when they've condemned you from any school in this country, when you come to Idris is a place where they come to reset your brain.
Factory setting.
Straight up. And I think we were the original first set that started. My set was the original first set that started from GSS 1. My elder brother was in the set, but they started from GSS 2. So when he opened up the school, exactly, it was GSS 1, GSS 2. Those were the two classes. And then all the other classes were just for lessons, GC and WAEC and CHAM. And I was quite a brainy. I was also very small. My nickname I had two nicknames. That was Shortman Devil and then that was Alamposa. Because for some weird reason, I just knew how to pose. Alamposa was given to me by a female teacher, English language teacher. She was a core member then. Very fine. So I think I had a crush on her. I remember then sometimes my classmates who were up to no good would ask me to, go and make like an entrance into the class, and I'll come in and I'll be like bouncing and because I was listening to a lot of gangster rap music, so I had this laid back gangster, I'm a G type vibe around me. I was always rocking oversized shoes and oversized jeans and oversized
that was the vibe
shirts. Well, not necessarily because I didn't have money to buy my own size, and the one I could lay hands on were definitely not my size because, just like I said, I was, not like I've significantly grown taller too, but yeah, that was it. From there, I proceeded into FUTA, where I studied civil engineering. My university life was more of a blur. It was supposed to be 6 years that turned into about, I think, 8 or 9 years. I had two carryovers, no, 2 extra years
Mm.
actually. Not because I was not brilliant, but at some point in when I was leaving my secondary school, somehow I think I was 13 going to 14. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad,
Mm-hmm.
and I just knew I was not going to be an employee. And my dad wanted me to study civil engineering. And as I was reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, every vision I had of myself was not someone in helmets with heavy equipment. All the image I had in my head was boardroom and suits.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see how civil engineering and boardroom and suits, how they align.
Yeah.
And my dad said, "You're in my house, my rule, my money. So you're going to study that civil engineering." So I told him, "Don't worry, I will study it, but you will never become the father of a civil engineer."
Ouch. Ouch.
Which actually happened
It's
because
actually
he is actually not
obviously.
the father of a civil engineer now.
So,
So,
did you found any company before you founded Zeno, or that was a first hit?
no. There's nothing like first it. No. Well, let me take that back. First, it's
Rare.
rare.
They happen, but they're rare.
So I remember that my first sojourn into entrepreneurship really was in communications, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
So what were you doing at that time?
I always had a flair for writing. I used to write. I used to produce and direct drama and all of that. I used to write rap music. I still do poetry today in
Hmm.
my spare time. And I always knew that communication is such an integral part of life. As a human being, you have a need to communicate. And that is also valid for businesses. My first company, I still own the company till today, Anticov Media Limited.
Antikov.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you do there? What was the aim of that company?
So I was trying to sell um advertising space on a dispenser, a motion sensitive. It's a dispenser that had a motion sensor and it had a digital display screen. So those days I used to spend a lot of time checking out guerrilla marketing strategies because I didn't like the linear normal type of comms.
Mm-hmm.
It just felt boring. It's like you would do an okay, like I mean, everybody knows to do that, right? So I stumbled across this product then. This was just before Ebola,
Mm.
right? And I I had I had borrowed some money. I can't remember how I got the money now. I wasn't working, so probably borrowed some money or got someone to use. So I bought the first device and shipped it in from China. And I had this group of guys I was working with who were going to invest in it. And I'd gone around everywhere. There was no Uber then. I just came to Lagos. That was like probably my third year in Lagos. And I remember that I would carry my device like this with my shirt and trouser tucked in, going to every advertising agency. I was all over this place, this entire GRA. And they all tell me no. And the next day I'm back again, cold calling anybody I could cold call until I think I got Media Reach, and Media Reach took us to Deter, Rekit Bekaisa.
Mm.
Don't forget, this was just before Ebola. In the middle of this, Ebola came. So suddenly I had a stronger business case for my products. Because then, Dettol was tired of doing bathroom advertising. They wanted
Surface
visibility
cleaning
in
and
other places, right? But every place you and that all spends a lot on advertising, but it's usually TV and all of that. They wanted in-store advert and all of that. But the only place they could find space for it was in the bathroom because that is where you're using it.
Yeah.
So I had a product that could give you brand product engagement and awareness at the same time because it had a motion sensitive device dispenser. Then Ebola came and everybody was rushing for hand sanitizers and whatnot. And they thought didn't have hand sanitizer in the country. And that was the end of my dream and the end of my business.
Oh, wow.
That was the first time I experienced depression.
So you've told me about how you started your first company, although something stalled it, right? But you did it. Some people have not even done half. But we know you as the founder CEO of Zenolink Technologies. Can you tell us what Zeno does?
We're essentially a smart mobility service provider. I usually joke with people and tell them, do you remember the name of the last keke driver or bus conductor? And yeah, this is usually the response. Like,
I just literally, I tried.
yeah,
But I didn't even hear the name. In the first place.
exactly. Why? Because the experience around mobility as we know it is usually very unattractive. You want to get away from it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to solve that, ensure that mobility in Nigeria and in developing countries is not an experience you quickly want to get away from. We want to try and infuse moments of happiness in your transit moments. It's a lot of work. It's a very tall ambition. It's sometimes looks like, are you trying to be a hero or something? Whatever it is that you call it, for me, I feel like mobility is such an essential part of life. You can't do without it. Regardless of how you want to calibrate it, you need to move. And if we don't start solving our own problems, someone else will rise up, solve it for us. Unfortunately, it may come at a cost, or it may come with conditions that are not necessarily favorable to us.
All right. So from your first company to this one, how did you get inspiration behind founding Zeno?
You know, I told you I spent all my life in Akure. Okay, so let me tell you how we moved in Akure. In Akure then, when you step out, a car, clean car, very clean car. This was 10, 15 years ago. The car will stop for you. You will enter. Do you understand?
Lagos left the group.
So understand. You will enter and you will pay 30 naira per drop. So I remember in 2005, I followed my friend down to Lagos. I came to Lagos for the first time in 2005. That was like my year 2 or so. And we were in Maryland. And we wanted to go to Ikeja. I can't remember what we were going there for. And first, not like the car was clean on it. It was, remember those old Kabu Passats, yellow and something, that I would not have entered and paid 30 naira for in Akure. They billed me 1K, 1,000 naira. Now, let me put this in perspective for you. My school fees in Futa was 7,500.
Oh, wow.
The bus from Akure to Lagos was 1,200. How on earth am I paying 1,000 naira from Maryland to Ikeja? I remembered on my way back to Akure, that was all that kept ringing in my head. Are you people mad? Like, what's wrong? Like, what's going on here? There was no technology. There was no Facebook. There was nothing. This was the day of Nokia 3310. And even the people that had Nokia 3310 were,
Elite.
it was always there in my mind.
Mm.
How I'll go about it, I didn't know. But I knew there
It was
was a
good.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even see it as an opportunity. I just knew there was a problem. But then again, you also need to understand that those of us that lived in other parts of Nigeria, we look at Lagos as the smartest, the sharpest.
Mm-hmm.
So I also had like, nah, maybe I'm the one missing it because this is supposed to be the smart place.
Mm-hmm.
How are they? Like, you guys are the smart ones. Like, what's going on here? How are you? How? How are you paying 1K for this?
Did you ever think that they ripped you off? Maybe that's not the actual price.
I know they did not rip me off because number one, I'm an Akure boy. I don't have money, which means we priced, we bargained. What are you saying? Uh-uh. We are good. Well, after like the fifth one, you accept your fate. And by the way, the only reason I even had the 1K was because a gracious auntie had given myself and my friend 10K to go and watch the movie. So then we had the money. But it was not sitting well in any way that I will spend 1K at that time
Mm-hmm.
to go. I mean, my secondary school, by the time when I was leaving secondary school, my last school fees was 3,500.
So then, from that day, you saw this and you realized there's a problem. How long did it now take you to implement this?
So I think 2 or 3 years later, when Fashola was the governor, he started the corporate cap thing. My friend called me to say to me that thing you were saying, because the first thing I told my friend there was, once I get money, I'm going to just buy cars. We will have a telephone, you will call, the car will come and pick you and this. We just used to banter about that then. So he called me, said, that your idea, they've now started it. I was happy. I said, thank God, so I'm not mad. Because I actually at some point thought I was mad because maybe I'm the only one seeing what I'm seeing.
Genius sometimes is mistaken for madness.
I know, but fast forward to after my NYSC, I came to Lagos, moved to Lagos fully. I was interning with a guy called David Prest, who was a tech. I don't write any codes. I'm not an engineer. I'm a business person. But I like to know the tools available to unlock stuff. So he explained the type of transactions and the possibilities around technology. This was like 2012, 2013. Things were just starting out then. There was no Instagram then. We were still Facebook champions and all of those things, right? And then, so I started, okay, this is technology. But I still didn't know the full capacity of what technology could do until I stumbled across Uber when I was having an interview session with one of my mentors. He was making reference to the fact that Uber didn't do anything to upset the black cabs in London. So he kept on talking about it. And this was me nodding my head like I knew what it was. After that day, I became an authority on Uber. I sat down, immersed myself. I read every piece of article ever written about Uber, for Uber, from Uber. If it has Uber on it,
You read it.
I read it. So it connected all the dots for me. So I now know the tool required to make things happen. But that was not the problem with Lagos. The problem with Lagos for me was, why do you have to sit down alone in a car and pay so much? What are you doing with all the extra space? So just one person will sit down inside one car and you're paying 5,000 naira. For what? So ride sharing had always been because that was what I knew. That's what we do in our career. You have 3 people at the back seat and 1 person in the front. You pay 30 naira. Everybody is happy. You enjoy the same AC. They play radio for you. The same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I stumbled on Tinder.
How are you doing there?
I was doing what they want people to be doing there.
What it was created for, dog.
I was doing as I understand.
He said stumbled on like oh.
I stumbled on it.
Okay.
On a lonely day, I was strolling down the road, and there across I saw Tinder. And I saw Tinder's algorithm. Tinder could pair people based on location and proximity. I'm like, there you go, missing piece. And that's how the entire concept of Zeno came about. And no, I didn't start out as Lagos Ride. My first expression was a bus service.
Oh, really?
Yes. I ran a bus service in 2019. Unfortunately, I didn't have $10 million to back me as fund. I remembered going from every park in Lagos begging the interstate operators, give me your buses that are no longer fit for interstate trips. Give them to me. I will use them for intra-city trips. Come today, come tomorrow. These days.
But they are not fit. What are they doing with those buses? Why didn't they give them?
They would rather just
let it rot
or sell it off to someone. And I had a great model, because what I had a schedule-based bus service system. And I knew that the problem with mobility here in Lagos, I mean, take out the buses. Your first challenge is that your bus stops are new service centers. That's the first problem.
Yes.
Anything that requires you to be at that bus stop, just know that
anything can happen.
Yeah. So the first thing we did was we created private loading bays. And how we pulled that off was to use car parks that were close to the known bus stops. So you don't need to do anything extra.
Okay.
So instead of dropping at the bus stop, just drop at this supermarket that is close to the bus stop. A bus will be there, and that bus would leave at a defined time. Either it is filled up or not. Somebody was finally able to give me one bus. I mean, people used to call it Black Maria because it was a black Ford bus, all painted black, and it had lights inside and whatnot. And then I think we ran it for about, and then of course, because it wasn't brand new, it was, you will have faults. I remember the first, God, entrepreneurs, they suffer. I remember the first trip, the first day. They had made noise and everything. CEO of the year, founder, we must be this. Even me, I said I have to meet the customers and everything. First, I had done an activation 3 months earlier, thinking that they will still remember me 3 months after. So I did the activation, but I no get boss. So it took me another 3 months to get the boss. So all the people, everybody don't move on with their life. On that day, I was the only one that showed up to enter my boss.
Oh, wow.
And then the one person I was supposed to pick, who was my friend, my boss started overeating on the road. And then I caused traffic.
So you were trying to solve a problem, but you created one. Okay. So why did that not is that the reason that didn't take off, or you saw?
Oh no, that was my first day. I didn't say I stopped there.
Oh wow.
Oh no. Stop? For who? Why?
So
with my white shirt and everything, we opened the bonnet, we looked at it, put the water back. I called the person, apologized severally, ordered a ride to pick the person, and the person went to their work. Next I had a boss. I ran that operation for about 3 or 4 months before I had to hand the boss over back to the owner because I couldn't keep up with the expenses coming from it. But I learned a lot from it. One of the first things I learned is that when it comes to mobility, people are not necessarily looking for luxury.
I just want to move.
I just want to move. I want predictability. I want to move by 10. Are you ready to move by 10? Just that simple. Are you reliable? I hope you will not drop me
Hope you're not load.
Do you understand? I hope you're not going to waste my time.
Yeah.
Just like the simple basic stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were running we had 2 loading bays. We had one at Aja, and we had another one in VI Adeyemi beside King's College. There was an open car park there. People used to take bike from Marina, CMS, to come to join 5:45 p.m. bus going to Aja. The price of bike from Marina to Adeyemi was more than the cost of bus from Marina to Aja.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but they will. You know, bikes were generally more expensive than buses. Yeah. In the morning, we used to run from Aja to that same location. People will some will tell us, oh, they will wait for us on the road at VGC, or they will take bike and come back. It was I'd not seen user behavior in that. And oh, by the way, I was the driver a lot of the times. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I was the driver a lot of the times, okay. Right? Because the driver I got stays probably, I think, towards Hachigunle and all of those things. And the bus is doing a 5:45 a.m. bus. And I was living in Lekki. So the bus, they will park it in my house. So once it's 5 o'clock and I've not seen the guy, off I go. Because 5:45, he don't as promised schedule. He cannot afford to fail on the schedule, right?
Yeah.
So this is not, I'm not talking about third party experience. I'm saying I was there.
Live and direct,
driving the bus. Yeah, and I remember that sometimes my girlfriend would join me too.
To drive.
Yes, no. Yes, no. There are times where so maybe the car is 40 or I have to take it to a mechanic place or something. So I will drive my own car. The bus is there. So okay, will you drive the car and I will drive behind you or something?
Wow. Yeah. I hope that girlfriend has done. It's not going to.
She stays. She's my wife now. Don't worry.
Oh, I wanted to say, I hope that girlfriend turned wife. I didn't want that cause trouble. So
you don't need to cause trouble. She's enjoying the fruit of her labor.
Well, that is one. Never doing it to break her heart. But that's
I'll try.
Try very well. So, from that bus service, how long did it take you to transition into lag ride?
So, in 2019, I think towards the end of 2019, that was Governor Sowolu's first administration. A co-innovation center, which was one of his projects, set up an hackathon. $5 million if you can solve Lagos traffic. What do you think, Apple? You don't ask me.
What do you need? What do you need? Pitch?
Like,
how do you want it to come out for black and white?
Yeah. Choose your palette.
What are the fonts?
Like, how do you want it?
The moment you have been waiting for.
You know, they said they had about 3,000 applicants. They scaled down everything. So yes, on the day for the final pitch, I think we were about 5. For some weird reason, I was the last person that was called. And every other person spent like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. My own 2 hours, we were still going. The questions kept coming from all angles. And I'm like, yeah, we die here. I've been on this for years. Wake me up. I will tell you all the things. I remember one of the panelists there saying, the concept of ride sharing is foreign. Like, you know, it's not... We are not going to, like, nobody will do ride sharing here. Like, it's new. It's not us. It's not local to us. And I looked at her straight in the face and I'm like, oh, no, sorry. I said, when we enter Keke and 3 people sit at the back and 1 person is in the front, sorry, what is that?
It's local to us.
Like, I said, it's very local. I said, we are the pioneers of ride share. We just didn't call it ride share. We do, you know, that's our problem. We don't know brand equity.
Yes.
We don't know how to brand that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So today you see whipped shea butter in its original form is Uri, and it's disgusting. Extremely disgusting.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
Like we have been doing it from the beginning.
Yeah,
That's how we go from point A to point B.
yeah, that's
Buses,
what.
Molue,
Yeah,
ride
that's
sharing.
you're right sharing, yo. That's what it is. So that put me on the radar of the state immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I started having conversations with Lamata. Started having conversations with Lagos State Ministry of Transportation. So when Lag Ride project came up,
Mm.
and they asked, "Who shall we send? Who shall
Send.
bail the cars?" And
I'm your son. That is why I'm here.
here I am. Send me.
So it was in 2019.
Yes. So 2019 into 2020.
But that is, it was now 2020. When was Lagride launched? Because according to what I saw,
So
2022.
Lag Ride was launched 2022, but of
Mm-hmm.
course, it was Lag Ride conversation had started since 2019.
Oh wow. All right. So you mentioned that you saw something. You saw a lagging aspect of the Lagos transportation system from 2005. That thing you saw in 2005 and other things you might have seen along the way, has Lagride been able to solve them? Or are they still lingering?
To be honest, we've not solved it in the way and manner I would like to.
Hmm.
We're trying to, but one of the things I learned quickly is, you know, with technology people, when we started technology, the gospel according to technology is all disruption. Disrupt, I'll come in and disrupt this. That doesn't work in mobility. So you need to be able to transition into a a state of mind that is collaborative. You need to be able to understand the problems as they are,
Mm-hmm.
not as you wish the problems are.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Lagride has given us a lot of insights, data, opportunities to be able to get closer to it. We still have some challenges, but I believe that we are closer as a business, as an entity, to solving that problem than we were ever before.
Okay.
Even with the removal of fuel subsidy, another gang moment, because now you see, before, we introduced ride share in Lagride when we started. We had to take it out.
Okay. Why did you do that?
We had to take it out because it wasn't popular with the people. Because people were used to, so it's funny how people behave. We have biases. So the same person that has no problem with sharing seat in a bus, we want to order a ride and say, no, I don't feel safe with the person.
Sitting beside you.
But when you took the bus, was that your consideration?
18-seater
One
bus.
number it's oh, thank you.
But maybe they'll feel
No,
like.
no, no, but wait, with Lagride, we didn't even leave it there. Lagride had dashboard cameras. Never before.
Mm.
Meaning we are watching you.
Till now,
Till now.
it's only the other apps, right? The only e-cabs is only if the riders decide that they want to get extra security for themselves. It is not a requirement to have dashboard cameras. So
Lagride
till now
started off
in
with that.
Nigeria,
We had dashboard cameras, we had panic buttons. Like
where's the panic button for passengers or for drivers?
both.
Please, where's the
If you're ever in a lag ride,
mm,
you see the divider between the driver's seat and the passenger
yes?
seat. You will see a button. That
Okay.
button is a panic button
Why is there no panic button written on it?
written on it.
So I would
Sorry,
know.
sorry, design.
Moving forward,
Moving
okay. So
forward,
as
we
you were
go.
saying, because
We go.
what I'm saying is that recently I entered a cab with a colleague, right? We went for an event, and when we go back, he mentioned something. He said, "That's driver was looking shady." I was getting ready to bolt, right? And I was like, because I had done something on that actually said no to security. But then it got me thinking. I know I'm going to talk to you today, and I was thinking if I had an issue with the driver is trying to get on handsy or is doing something that's I'm risking my security, and you said you have the dashboard camera, panic button, everything. What would those security feature do? Will it deploy the police to me? Will it get security agencies to that area? What will happen? Will the car stop immediately if there's a security breach?
So this is the protocol, right? With lag, right? If you ever engage, aside from that physical panic button there, you also have one on your app
Oh, yeah.
as the user and also as the driver.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ever toggle those buttons at any point in time,
Mm-hmm.
it hits our command center.
Mm-hmm.
I'm part of the people that receive those emails and those notifications. So the protocol is immediately we pull the footage in that vehicle. So we see what is going on. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If we see what is going on, we call immediately. So as we are calling you, we are seeing what is going on. So you can't be telling us stories or anything. We can see. We can also hear.
And if my life is physically in danger, will you deploy
Immediately, that's
police
what we do
person?
because we have your last known location. We'll be
Okay.
able to send. If it is one that requires us to demobilize the car, we'll demobilize the car. We can remotely demobilize our cars.
All right, I just needed to hear that.
Yes. All of these, we told all of them, right sharing. They say, no, I don't feel secure. Good. Now, 1,000 naira trip is now 5,000 naira. I don't need to beg you.
You know this about this ride sharing. I've always had this feeling that how can two people, you own cars, you're leaving the same location, you are going to the same office or the same environment. Why are you driving your individual cars?
Like,
Why
yo,
can't you?
this same thing, and every time I see it, I tell people, I said, it is so weird because Lagos is such a linear place when it comes to mobility.
Mm-hmm.
Every morning, you all rise, head in one direction. Every evening, rise, head in the opposite direction.
I mean, and you're
Here-
alone.
Here is what is annoying about this. You just go, you park the car in your offices the entire day.
And then when you're done,
You pick it all up again. So transit time that should take you 45 minutes, 30, 1 hour max, 2 hours, 3 hours, because man must show that you have car. So you also need to understand where that is coming from. There is a social value and an emotional value to owning a car. It's a symbol of success.
also people would like to be able to just up and go to wherever they want to go to without thinking about, oh, my neighbor still day office.
No. Because now people are not hopping and wanting to go to. I know because I can tell you how drastic the demand has
Oh boy. Speaking of that, because I know that is because of the fuel
Yeah.
subsidy removal. And some states in Nigeria are already contemplating swapping out their engines for,
CNGs and all of that. Yeah.
how is Lagwide tackling that?
Do I look like someone that wants to carry last? Look at me, where? Don't worry.
You have to take out your glasses.
You're gonna see.
I'm going to see.
You're going to see. So there's a lot of first. We're trying to revamp the app because we want to bring back ride sharing in a way that is
Safer.
not just safer, that is more user friendly. So we want you to be able to, if your problem is the idea of being in the same car with strangers, so we want you to be able to move with your friends. Right? So we want you to be able to create a clique. So with your clique, you can move with people that you are comfortable with and all of that. And some of us have those friends that we say, let's ride together. Then when it's time to pay, they go just with you.
When you're looking at your pocket like,
Yeah, so I'm gonna be like, say my account will work again. Or I go transfer, give you. But that's what they said the last time and the time before the last time and all of that. So we help you solve all of those problems.
That's why it's even because it'll take it automatically.
Yeah, exactly.
No time for prime time.
You got it. You got it. You got it. Do you
All right.
understand?
So
Yeah.
so far, there's no company that has been run in this time and age that will tell me they have not faced challenges. That founder is lying. So, what are some of those challenges you faced while running Zenolink Technologies?
Ah, one of the biggest challenges in running any business is the people that you have.
Hmm.
You see, people are either your assets or your liabilities. And I would say anywhere that I'm proud of the team that I have. I have people who would break their back and go any length with me and for me. I wish I could get more. I wish that our value system as a society is, a bit different, less, more productive, more optimistic, more. I remember the backlash we got when I cried. I won't lie to you.
What backlash?
When Lagride was launched
Mm.
in March, they said all sorts of things. All sorts of. I'm a very private person, so to be waking up and seeing my name on social media, doom doom doom, and Google
Not for
alert,
good
doom doom
reasons.
doom. I've not even done anything. You don't understand? It's not like the project has failed. No,
Mm-hmm.
we are just about to start. Like, you are begging now, waiting.
So, what were some of the comments that actually got you?
So the first was the idea that anything government affiliated is not going to succeed. Suddenly, what appeared to be my advantage and leverage is now looking like my disadvantage
Mm-hmm.
and my curse. And for a very long time, the simple truth is for the first 3 months, nobody wanted to pick up those cars. It was that bad. Nobody.
Was there publicity? Like,
There was
adequate
publicity in the way. Also, you need to also understand that when the transaction or it was not purely a private transaction.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to function within the ambit of
The government.
what is on the table. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like the other tech businesses that that comes into the game with $100 million, boom, and they're giving you this, giving you that, doing all of those things, doing incentivized opt-in and all of that. The only incentive we have was it's a brand new car. Come buy a brand new car. Do you understand? And what we did was we had to look for creative ways to get those cars on the road and just wait it out. And by the end of September, we had to stop accepting driver applications. We now had 7,000.
Oh, wow. How many cars did you have at that time?
1,000. Really? And we had 7,000 applications. People started paying money. They got wind of the accounts that they pay. People are crazy, man. Without any prior interaction with us, they will just pay money. Boom. And send you a message. I've just paid. When will I come and get the car?
Who send you message?
Who are you?
Go
And for the very first time,
yeah,
my phone would ring and I would receive probably 50 calls. And I don't know 49 of the numbers.
Oh, wow.
My phone just keeps ringing. Hello, I am something, something, something. I have just paid for something, something. Ooh, how? Where? Like, but where were all of you 3 months ago when I was looking for
riders,
people to take the car so that we can start service and all of that? Capital is also a big problem because you see, we've not created an ecosystem that is supportive of enterprise. I said to a lot of people that a lot of Nigerian entrepreneurs they became entrepreneur because it was the only way, not that it's their choice. It's that you've looked for work, see work, I
see, you won't collect your body and soul.
do you understand? You go just say, I go begin sell shoe. So you go on social media and everybody see you or something. I mean, it's good
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot, right? But the problem is we've not built a supportive ecosystem that can allow you make mistakes, take risk, and then grow. And no, we don't have that yet here. Unfortunately, some of the people that have gone out there raised money also have not been of very good behavior. So in
They've tainted
Nigeria,
everything.
so it's almost like it's almost like the odds keep getting stacked against you, right? So if you ask me, my two biggest, three actually, would be the value system, the
Mm-hmm.
people, and then capital. Every other thing for me, it does not. I won't put them into a basket of problem that I want to be discussing really.
When tech founders or when people want to found companies, some people dream and they're pitching in their dreams, right? And then they get rejection upon rejection upon rejection. How do you advise tech entrepreneurs to handle rejection?
I may not know how to advise tech entrepreneurs on how to handle rejection. By now, to advise any human being on how to handle rejection from being for a very long time, I used to suffer from low self-esteem,
Oh, wow.
but people didn't know because I was the most brilliant. I was the bouncing person. So how
Mm-hmm.
can you, if you put me on the stage, I can talk, I can do anything. Only my best friend knew that I was struggling
Mm-hmm.
with that. And growing up as boys now, you're hunting chicks and all of that. And we had a catchphrase. No means you don't have enough information to say yes. So for every time I was told no, I just said to myself, okay, I'm coming back with more information for you
Mm-hmm.
to say. And then the second thing I also learned is that there's a difference between trying to get you to say yes and making it difficult for you to say no.
Okay.
There's a clear difference between the two.
Please enlighten me.
So this is funny. Did I tell you that I used to read a lot?
No.
So I read a lot.
Okay.
So if you study seduction, the concept of seduction, you will think seduction is a bad thing. No, seduction is not a bad thing. Actually, the best act of seduction is selflessness.
How so?
Because if I think about you, if I demonstrate to you that your interests are my interests, chances are high you're not going to tell me no.
Wow. That's true.
Because as opposed to trying to get you to say yes, I'm just going to make it extremely difficult
Difficult
for
for you
you
to
to say
say
no.
no.
Meaning all your boxes, I go check them. Is it it?
Check.
Does it this?
Mm-hmm.
Is it this? Is it
Mm-hmm.
check, check, check? So what are you saying no for? It's really just that simple. So you must prepare your mind to understand that no is not an indictment on you. It is really just that they don't have enough information to say yes.
Okay. I read something from Tony Lumelu recently where he talked about collaboration and the importance of collaboration. And I've come to realize that a lot of people fail because they fail to collaborate with other people who can make their dream work. So, how do you tackle collaboration, especially in this complex landscape, this country that we are in? Everybody's suspicious of everybody. So, how do you do that?
As a young person, well,
Mm.
I'm still young, sir. When I was very, 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 very small, what do you mean by that? Why are you doing like this? I used to hear, I don't want them to steal my idea.
Mm.
And it was something that used to amaze me. If your idea can be stolen, maybe there is really nothing that's
Makes you stand
special
out.
about it.
Mm-hmm.
One. think you have to embrace the idea of abundance in your mind. Scarcity mentality is what makes it difficult for us to collaborate. We want 100% of nothing.
Okay.
I want to be CEO, founder, and everything of a tiny thing. When you can be a part of something big.
Larger.
In economics, it's called economics of scale.
Mm.
What you benefit from being part of a larger group. But I don't know what is wrong with us here. We shall want to be. One of the things that have amazed me for a very long time is the number of small retail fashion stores that are available, but yet you don't have one chain. Do you know how that thing has killed the fashion industry? There is Chukudi and Chukudi. You can go on a street, you would see, but you cannot produce and say to yourself that your product can eat 200 stores. You don't think there is. That is the corruption in the land, not the one we point at.
Why do you think that is?
It's a mindset. It's your value system. It is for me to win, you must lose. You don't think we can both win together. It's for me to progress, you must regress, you must depreciate. It doesn't. People like to be the best. I tell people I don't like companies where I'm the best. Once I'm in any group and I'm beginning to see that the compliment is becoming, oh, you're the best, you're the this, you're the this. It doesn't take me time. I will move to the next place where I'm the smallest. Because you must continually stretch yourself. You must challenge yourself.
So young entrepreneurs are out there. They want to start something formidable. They want to make a difference in their chosen field. What advice would you give to them?
What you like is your passion. What the market will pay for is what you should do as business.
People say that you should make money off of your passion.
I did not say the two are exclusive.
Okay.
If you are fortunate that what you like is what the market is paying for, gospel.
Yeah.
But if you are liking something and you are seeing that the market is not paying for this thing, it will frustrate you.
True.
Because the market is a very cold place. The market does not care how much time you spent on it. The market does not care that you love this thing so much, that you can give your life for it. No, the market does not care. The market trades value in exchange for value. It's just that simple. So you must learn how to see and read the marketplace.
Okay.
Most especially when you're in a place like this where you don't have a lot of support mechanism that can allow you wait out the market. Because there are times where you have to go into the market, hold a position, knowing that the market might probably tip in your favor later on. Right? But you don't have that luxury here. No Nigerian investor will put money on the table and be waiting for 5 years, 6 years before you will make profit. You say, now, we are just getting traction. Yeah.
Okay.
Traction? Really? So how much did you make today? No, like the way this thing works, right? So yesterday now we had like 10,000 users. Today we now have 15,000 users. I know. How much did you make? So by like months, 18 months, the something you don't have that here. It's just what it is. I keep saying that Nigeria is the only place where they will advertise for innovation. We want to hear innovative ideas. We want to hear creative stuff. And then you will come in and you will pitch your innovative idea. And when you are done, they will ask you sort of, so where has this been done before? Nigeria is the only place.
It's done before it's not being innovative. What has been an entrepreneur taught you? The biggest lesson you've gotten from being an entrepreneur?
What being an entrepreneur has taught me is if you wake up in the morning and you decide that you are going to be something, everything will rise up against you just because of that thought. And it is nature's way of asking you, do you really mean it? So you must learn to negotiate with life, to insist on what you want and what you have and the life that you want.
All right. Finally, what is your driving principle? What drives you? What motivates you?
I'm very driven by value. I'm objective driven. I'm it can be very frustrating and annoying to people because people just like to tell you what to do. People want to tell you what to even want. I remember those days back in Akure when I go to the CD store. So I'm looking for a particular hardcore rapper CD. I know he just released this album. They don't have it, but they'll be telling me, oh, but I have
Oh, you
Celine
like
Dion, I have this. So I'm like, are you drunk? I know exactly what.
I mean, I know why I came
I
here.
know why I came here. And it got so bad. Anytime they see me coming, I beg, we no get though. We no get. I'm just like,
So don't listen to them when they try to tell you what to want and what to like.
you must be able to see. God made you man and gave you choice. And the thing about it is, anything you choose is correct. No, anything you choose is correct for you because from where you stand, you had justifications for it.
Okay.
My own choice in life is I'm not going to disqualify myself from the best. That's just me. I just say to myself, I don't. People say, protect yourself. Don't expect too much so that you will not get hurt and all of this. I'm like, fine, that works for you. Me, I expect the best at all times, in all situations, in all scenarios. But I prepare my mind for all possible outcomes.
Yeah, that is the best way to live. And thank you very much for joining us on Africa Tech Radio.
Thank
It
you,
is
thank you.
back to base, and my name is Lilian. We've been having a chat with Tumi Adeyemi and the founder CEO of Zenolink Technologies. They are the brains behind the technology riding lag ride. And of course, you can follow us on all our social media platforms. On Instagram, it is at ATech Radio. On Facebook and other platforms, it is at Africa Tech Radio. Even check us out on YouTube.